Hello, my beautiful friends. Today is going to be all about our spines and the twisting motion. So go ahead, if you haven't already got a mat, we're going to start our practice in lying down. Go and get there nice and slow. Don't need to rush anything. Feeling out the back again as you start to slide down. We're going to keep the knees into the chest to start with. Getting the shoulder blades down the back. Go ahead, soften your eyes, or maybe you want to close them while you start to rock it side to side. Again, just feeling a nice little massage. Where do you feel it? On the low back, upper, mid. When you're ready, go ahead. Your legs are going to start to come down, and then heel toe your feet out to about the width of the mat. From here, you're going to spread your arms open into a T position and let the legs kind of like windshield wiper themselves down. Keeping your shoulders grounded on the mat, gazes up at the ceiling or over to the opposite side of the legs. You can always just stay here, breathing it out. One more deep breath. Inhale again, breathing in God, finding that love, receiving it. Exhaling you to make more room for Him. With your next inhale, the knees come up. Exhale over to the other side. Nice and slow again. Trying to keep the shoulder blades still grounded on the mat. If you notice when your knees start to go to one side, usually the opposite shoulder likes to peel itself away. Try to keep it grounded by pushing into that opposite arm. One more full breath here. With your next inhale, slowly let the knees come back up. Bring them again into the chest and keeping your arms out into that T position. We're going to let the knees go to the right. Go nice and slow again to notice if your shoulder wants to peel away. That left one, you might notice, gets a little lighter. Send it back down by thinking about pinning it down or by pushing again into that right hand. This just ensures the twist kind of comes from the upper back rather than the lower. Again, finding softness in the face. One more full breath. We're going to move with our breath. Inhale is going to bring the knees back up. Nice, slow and controlled with your exhale. Knees go to the other side. Same thing while you're pushing down while your knees are going down, push against that left hand to really keep the shoulders grounded. So the goal is not to get the knees to the ground, but rather the shoulder blades stay on the mat. Breathe in here. Again, trying to find peace within. Make sure you soften through the face. Take some nice full deep breaths. Their next inhale, the knees are going to come up. We're going to move with our breath. Exhale over to the other side. Your choice if you want to let the legs touch the ground or just hover them here. Inhale, it's going to come back up. Exhale, again, over to the other side. You can hover them if you want a little bit more of a core, or you can relax them down as long as we're moving with the breath. Inhale's up. Exhale down. If you wanted to add a little bit more of a challenge to it, when your legs start to come down, you're going to straighten that top leg. Inhale, bring them back up. Exhale over to the other side and then straighten again the top leg. Just make sure you're moving and breathing. Inhale, knees come up. Exhale down. Inhale's up. One more on each side. Paying attention to your shoulders. Inhale's up. Good. Go ahead, let the feet rest on the floor. You're going to take the right leg up and cross over the ankle on top of that left knee. From here, you can take that right hand and peel away from the leg. And if you're noticing that this is a pretty good stretch, you can stay here. If you are like, what stretch? I don't feel anything. Then I invite you to lift up your left leg, flexing through both feet. Go ahead, thread that needle. When I say that, I just mean there's a hole that you have created in your legs. So you're going to take your right hand and put it in between that hole, threading the needle. And then you're going to pull on that left thigh towards your chest. Again, trying to get the shoulder blades melted down the back. Lengthen through the crown of your neck. Feet are still flexed and softened through the face. You can stay here enjoying the nice stretch behind that right thigh, more towards the glute area. Or if you wanted a little bit more yet, you can take that right arm or elbow and push it against the right thigh. Nice deep full breaths here. One more, breathing in God with those inhales. Exhale, make it audible if you're okay with doing so. Melt everything away. Keeping your legs in this position, or if your foot was down, you can stay in that position. You're going to keep the arms out and put them into a T. When you're ready, slow and controlled, let the legs start to fall to the left. And notice when you're doing that again, if that right shoulder wants to peel away, keep the right shoulder down. Staying here, gazes up at the ceiling or to the right. And notice if your back is tight, if you might start feeling a pinching sensation in the low back. If that is the case, see if you can lengthen the spine a little bit more by taking your left hand and pushing away down where the hip or the leg meets the torso. If that still doesn't feel good, just gently uncross the legs and go back into that where the knees are stacked. So again, for those that might be a little bit more mobile in the hips, you can again just take the left hand pushing away from the leg, or you can cross the knees so that there's no gap. That's going to help deepen the twist a little bit. You can again take your left hand and put it at that crease where the hip meets the torso. Lengthen it down and then peel it towards you. And soften through the face. Find where, what position the head feels good in. And then just breathe here. One more full breath. When you're ready, tee off the arms. Nice and slow. Inhale, the legs come on up. Again, keep them in whatever position that they've been in. You can keep them stacked and fully crossed or in that figure 4. Whatever it is, you're going to slow and controlled bring it over to the right side this time. Trying to keep that left shoulder pinned down. The legs can stay up, or maybe you wanted to try crossing them if you haven't yet. Relaxing through the face. One more full breath here. Letting anything go with that exhale. Inhale, knees come all the way up again. Uncross the legs, nice and slow, intentionally moving. Taking the left leg this time, putting the ankle above that knee. Your choice if you just want to take the left hand and push away from the leg. See if you feel anything here. If not, I invite you again to lift that right foot up, flexing through both feet to protect that knee. You can thread the needle by taking that left hand this time in the hole. Pulling the legs into the torso. Again, for an added addition, you can take that left elbow, push it against that left thigh. Trying to get the shoulder blades still down the back, relaxing through the neck, shoulders, jaw. Again, if you want to tune inward, close your eyes. Not forgetting why we're here today, trying to keep your concentration on God. Inhale, breathing Him in with all that peace, the love. Exhaling you and anything that's not serving you today. Creating a sense of peace and calm within. body. You can, again, release the arms into a T position. And then slow and controlled, let the legs start to go to the right. Wherever they fall, let them fall. Main thing, again, keeping that shoulder blade grounded. So if your legs are up here, let them be up here. Same thing, go into whatever variation you like. You can just take the right hand, pushing against that left thigh to create a little bit more length through the spine. If that's not really doing anything for you, you can cross the legs, getting rid of that hole and creating a deeper twist in the spine. Same thing when you do this, make sure that you're still lengthening through the spine rather than shortening it. So you can take that right hand to peel down and away at the leg from the torso and then melt it down. One more breath here. With your next inhale, slowly let the legs come back up. Exhale over to the other side, nice and slow. Same thing, whatever variation your legs are in, honor that. And if you wanted more or there was pinching sensation, go somewhere else. There should be no pain. One more full breath here. Let anything go with those exhales. Next inhale, knees come all the way up again. Go ahead, uncross the legs, bring them into the chest. Nice and slow, rock it back and forth. Good. And then from here, go ahead and let the feet go down to the mat. You're going to take your hands, interlace them behind your head, right at the base, and let the thumbs go to either side of the neck. And then now notice if your low back's coming up, try to tuck the tailbone so that the low back can be flush against the mat here. And then we're going to do a double exhalation. So it's just like a short and then a long. So you can try that with me. Nice big inhale. And then double exhalation. So you're going to connect that double exhalation with your movement. So nice big inhale. Stay here with your exhale. Going up. Inhale to release. Exhale, lift the right elbow up this time. And then a little bit more with the double exhalation. You can stay here, not letting the legs get involved. Or you can, if you want a little bit more, take that while you're taking the left elbow, you're going to take that opposite knee up. So inhalation, with your double exhalation, it's going to go for a little extra squeeze. Inhale to release. Double exhalation. Inhale, release. And exhalation, double. Inhale, release. Moving with your breath. One more on each side. Good. Release the back, shoulders, everything to the mat. Close the eyes and just breathe in one more time. And exhale, softening any tension that might have been in the body. Go ahead, let the knees come into the chest. And we're just going to slowly start to rock it on up. Again, go nice and slow so that you can give your vertebrae, or the back side of the back, a nice little massage. And once you get up to seated, we're going to take the right leg out straight and the left leg's going to come in. Ground through that right leg, so it's not just being passive or no energy in it. Flex through the foot, ground into it by pushing down on the mat. From here, you're going to take that right arm, put it on that opposite or that bent knee. The left one's going to sweep back. And anytime you go into a twist, you want a straight spine. So think of the crown of the head reaching up to the ceiling here. And then once the spine's straight, then you can go into the twist. The right shoulder is going to come forward, the left one peel away. Again, with your inhales, thinking lengthening the spine up. With your exhale, maybe find a little bit more space for a twist. You can always push into the hand on the leg to help. One more full breath here. And then we're going to start to move with our breath. With your inhale, your hand is staying, the right hand is staying right where it is, but your shoulders are going to start to come forward. Exhale, go into the twist. Inhale, come forward with the shoulders. Exhale, twist. Inhale, come forward. One more time. Exhale, twist. Inhale to untwist. Good. And then exhale, you're going to twist. But this time with your inhale, you're going to take the left hand all the way on up. Reach in here, looking up at the sky or the ceiling. And then with your exhale, your shoulders are going to start to square off more towards the floor. So you're going to feel a stretch more in that low and the back rather than the side body. Inhale, open up. Exhale, let the gaze go down with the shoulders. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. Go with your inhale. Come all the way up. Exhale, release the arm down. Go ahead, inhale, come and do the opposite. So the left hand's going to that other side of the leg. Inhale, open up, letting the right hand sweep back. Nice tall spine again. Still active in the leg. Stay here for one more breath. When you're ready with the next inhale, slowly come back. Good. We're going to do one more movement before we switch legs. You're going to have the right arm again on that opposite knee. Inhale, the arm comes up. Exhale, it drops down and go into the twist. Inhale, arm comes up. Looking up. Exhale, come down into the twist. Couple more times with your breath. Inhale, breathing in, God. Looking up. Exhale, come down. Nice tall spine though. And twist. Good. Inhale, come back to center. And just see how it feels one side versus the other. When you're ready, try to move the legs without the assist of the hands. But if you do need to at the end, go ahead. You can always readjust. Grounding through the left leg this time. Go ahead. The right arm's going to sweep open while the left hand goes to that opposite knee. Open up through the chest. Nice tall spine. When you're ready, go ahead into the twist, thinking of that left shoulder coming forward, the right one peeling back. You can push into the leg as well. Couple big breaths here. Inhale, lengthening through that spine. With your exhale, if you found a little bit more room, you can push into the hand for a little bit more of a twist. Soften through the face. Let the shoulders roll down the back. When you're ready, keeping the hand on the knee, with your next inhale, your shoulders are going to start to square off to the front on doing the twist. Exhale, go back into the twist. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, twist. Moving with your breath. Good. Holding on to the knee yet. With your next inhale, the right one's going to start to sweep all the way up. Looking up to try to bring it into the side body. You can stay here. And then when you're ready with your breath, you can move, exhale, letting the gaze and the shoulders start to come towards the ground. Inhale, open up. Exhale down. 2 more. Good. With your next inhale, arm comes all the way up. Exhale, bring it down. One more twist here. And then slowly with your inhale, come on forward, taking that right hand to that opposite knee. Opening up the left one to the back. Nice tall spine, and then go into the twist. One more full breath here, relaxing through the eyes and the face. And slowly come back to center. One last one, taking the left hand against that opposite knee again. Inhale, sweep it, the right one all the way up. With your exhale, the hand drops down, tall spine, and then go into the twist. Inhales up. Exhale down and twist. 2 more times with your breath. Good. Inhale, come to center. And then go ahead, bring the other leg in. Sitting up nice and tall yet. We're going to inhale, bringing the arms all the way up. Exhale down. Really reach this time. Inhale all the way up, active hands. Exhale down. Good. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, right hand goes to the opposite knee. Go into the twist by pushing into the leg, letting the shoulders lead the way. Inhales up. Exhale to twist, other one or other side. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Moving with your breath. Softness in the face. Finding peace within. Good. From here, slowly come back to center. And just feel how it is in the spine. Hopefully you noticed a difference and maybe feel a little bit less stiff or more mobile. We're going to go ahead and peel yourself on up into a tabletop position. Getting your wrist underneath the shoulders, and the knees underneath the hips. Pushing away here. Go ahead, take that right leg out straight and rock it back and forth for a nice calf stretch. When you're ready, you're going to go ahead and find stillness, engage the core, and then start to lift the right leg up. With your exhale, you're going to come into the chest, right in the minute line. And then you're doing that double exhalation again, and cross it over. So inhale, leg comes up. Exhale, bring it into the chest, and cross it over that double. I'm going to show you from a different view. Maybe you can see it a little bit better. Inhale, lengthen it up. Exhale. Moving with your breath. One more time. Go ahead, release the knee and go into a child's pose. Breathe in here into the backside of your body. One more full breath. When you're ready with your next inhale, pushing into the hands, come on up. We're going to do the same thing with that other leg. So the left leg goes out straight this time. Nice stretch. Rocking it back and forth. Still pushing away from the mat. Core is engaged. Going to find stillness here. With the core still engaged, start to lift up that back leg. With your exhalation, bring the knee into the chest. And another exhalation, cross it over to the right. Inhale up. Exhalation. Double exhalation, sorry. Inhales up. Double exhalation. Moving with your breath. One more time. Good. Both knees come down. Go ahead. Send your knees out wide here and come back into another child's pose. And taking the time to soften and relax anything that there might be tension yet. Trying to do it with your will and also with that exhale. The inhalation is trying to breathe into the back line of the body. Feel the rib cage expand in the back. Maybe you feel it by the kidneys. When you're ready, pushing into the hands, we're going to lift ourselves on up. And you're going to take your right knee and bring it to the right wrist. We're going into a pigeon, so send the left leg back. And now just notice if you're able to get the hip down and if your knee hurts. If your knee hurts, please don't take this variation. Rather, I would have you just come up with that back leg and bring the right knee, cross it over the straight leg and come here like that. That'll help stretch that area that might be tight without pinching of the knee. So whichever variation you want, if you're seated or if you're able to do it with the back leg out. Same thing. If you're up here and it feels good, stay. If you're able to melt down onto the forearms, I invite you to do so. And then we're going to twist from here only if you're down on the forearms. So with your inhale, you're going to take that right hand and push away, peeling the shoulders off to the side. Exhale, come back with the shoulders facing the mat. Inhale, push away. Exhale back. Stay here doing that. And again, if you're in this variation, you can hug on that knee and do the twist here yet too. So you're going to open up with it. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Inhales, open up. Exhale down. Whatever variation you're in, just make sure your spine's nice and tall. Never want to twist from a curved spine. You're going to create more problems than good. One more time here. Go ahead, melt into it if you're lying down. And you'll slowly start to come back up. Using your hands to pick the hips up, send the back leg out. Child's pose. Resetting the spine. One more full breath. With your next inhalation, ground through the hands. Come on up with the chest. We're going to take the left knee this time, bring it behind that left wrist, and slide the back leg out for the pigeon. Same thing, one leg might be a little tighter than the other at the hips. So if you're not able to get that left hip down, especially without any knee pain, then take that seated variation where your right leg is straight and then take the left leg and cross it on over and just hug into it. So please be kind to your knees. When you're ready, if you are lying down or in this other variation, you can start to bring your hands down and with the forearms. You can stay here if you wanted to add the twist to it. You're going to take the left hand, ground into it, and then with your inhale, pick or peel that left shoulder back. Trying to square off to the side of the room. Exhale forward. Inhale, pick it up. Exhale forward. Again, just stay here, or I'm going to show that other variation. So again, you're hugging into that leg. And then you're going to go further into the twist with the inhale. Exhale, square the shoulders off to the front. Inhale over. Exhale, square. Nice tall spine. Whichever variation you are in, stay there for one more. Go ahead, if you are in the variation I'm in right now, you can relax the head, soften everything with that exhale, and slowly start to curl it back up with the hands. You're going to push into the hands to lift the hip and send that back leg out. One more child's pose, going nice and slow. When you're ready, with your next inhale, pushing into the hands, come on up. And then cross at the ankles, and we're going to come into a seated position. Just a nice way to transition down to lying. So get your butt into the middle of the mat. And then once your hands are on your knees, slow and controlled, start to come back down to the mat. Nice and slow. We're going to let the left foot ground down on the mat. Just hold the right knee into the chest here, sending your shoulders down the back. Finding your breath. And then when you're ready, you can start to flex through that left foot and draw a line with the heel all the way up. You're going to hold on to the right knee with your left hand while your right arm goes out into that T. Slowly start to let the left leg go over, but try to do it without lifting up the hips yet, just to see a nice stretch right around this area. When you're ready, slowly you can start to pick the hip up, keeping that right shoulder grounded down here. Another deep spinal twist. So if you notice that the right shoulder is not grounding down, this is a great time just to push into that elbow of the left to help ground through the shoulders. One more full breath here. And if your back still isn't used to this, this is when you just take the double knee, stack them. I don't want any pinching sensation. The next inhale, again, knee comes up. Go ahead, bringing the other knee in while the right one grounds down. Taking the time to squeeze that left one into the torso, shoulder blades down the back. Notice where your tailbone is. You kind of tuck it a little bit so your low back gets a little release. Soften through the face. With your next exhalation, if you feel okay, start to draw a line with that right heel. Go ahead and sweep open that left arm while the right one pulls gently on the leg towards the midline. Feel a nice stretch. And then when you're ready, the hips can peel away. Keeping the shoulders again on the mat by pushing into that right arm. You can close the eyes. You can look up or to the left. Again, this is your practice. So do what feels good for you. One more full breath. Breathing in God with the inhale. Exhale. Letting go of you. Next inhalation. Bring the knee back up to center. Let the other knee come in. You can keep the knees together here and rock it side to side. Peel them away. Again, whatever feels good. Just take the time to see what feels good. Or if happy baby's part of your practice, this is where you can grab on the big toe or the outside of the feet and just be playful with the legs. to start to find stillness. You're going to go into Shavasana, letting the legs go long. The arms go by your torso. Again, if any shoulder blades in the way, send them down the back to open up the chest and the heart. Taking the time to really soften anything that might be tight in your body. You can do a walk through from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of the toes. So an example of that would just be going up my forehead, telling it to soften. Thinking and paying awareness, bringing awareness into my eyes, telling them to sink a little deeper. Sending awareness now to my jaw, telling it to loosen. Next, go down to your neck, shoulders, arms, and fingers. Telling it all to release. Then work your way down the back, the chest, the belly. Letting the hips ground down into the floor a little bit more. Letting your thighs feel heavy. Your calves, heels, and even heavier as you permit or give permission to release anything that you might have been holding on to. Letting the feet and the toes be free. Once all the tension is gone from the body, you can be free to let the mind rest in God. This is where I'm going to leave you at peace. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.